Hey, well, guys, hey, welcome back to the channel. It's the Real Rant Reviewer. Yes, back with you here with another rant review of Pet Sematary 2, guys. 1992's Pet Sematary 2, the sequel to Pet Sematary 1989's. Stars Edward Furlong here, and Anthony Edwards from ER. I don't know, ER. Anyways, Edward Furlong, guys. Man, he got some movies, don't he? So, spoilers ahead, of course, you know my reviews. Spoilers ahead, I go through freestyle my thoughts on the movie, then we go through the plot, we wrap this fucking rant up. Yes, as you see here, he's bringing his dog, of course, not a cat, this time it's a dog, to the... I'm going to call this an awesome rant because I do like this movie awesomely, and the reason being is the sheriff in this movie. This sheriff is killed by the dog. This fucking guy. You've seen him in a lot of movies. Oh boy, is he fucking something, guys. I don't know. He's brought back from the dead after dying, but the dog killing him, shredding open his neck, and he comes back. They bury him in the pet cemetery. He comes back. Boy, oh boy, does he fucking put on a performance. So of course, Wikipedia points that out, that this movie got negative reviews, but his performance was critically acclaimed. There's no doubt about it. This guy got many parts probably after this, for sure. Maybe in the Shawshank Redemption, shortly after this. Sorry, I'm, getting all the smoke, if you want to say, but much needed. So this review here is much needed. Mary Lambert, she returns to the same director as the first Pet Sematary, returns to direct this one, and you could even tell, like, they were the same director. That's how different these movies are, guys, in comparison and contrast of difference. The movie, does it compare to Pet Cemetery 1? In no fucking way at all, guys. Okay, it's like it's on a scale of Pet Cemetery. Let's put it this way: the original Pet Cemetery. Let's say it's on a 10 scale. This movie is definitely on a 5 to 4 scale. But I like the atmosphere of this movie, guys. I really do. They're supposed to take it back to the original place or whatever, but it's just really like fall-like, and in the beginning when he smoked, it's really good. The beginning, the feel of it, the movie, just really good feel, good 1990s horror feel. But if you're going in expecting Pet Cemetery, guys, you're not getting that. So it's Pet Cemetery 2. It's a sequel. Give it its slack at that. And then you got Edward Furlong, of course, and I do love Edward Furlong. And is he great? Look at this fucking guy in the scene. We're gonna talk about this fucking scene, hopefully, guys. With this kid, when he runs into this little bully punk ass kid, it's bullying Mr. Furlong the whole fucking movie. Mr. Sheriff guy, dead sheriff, is not fucking having it anymore. As you can see, look at the look on his face. Like, how could you make that look up? Like, I'm about to fucking, he's just like, I gotta respect that little Jack Nicholson, right? Going on. Anyways, yeah, so bully guy here, he gets it fucking nasty, guys. Really cool kill scene for him. It actually wasn't really meant to be killed, just scared by the sheriff, I think. But the sheriff didn't give a fuck either way. But guys, I say I watched this movie in 90, probably a year after 92, so probably 93 or something, and just because of the Pet Cemeteries, knowing Pet Cemetery, seeing it previous to this, I was not impressed. Now, I'm not going to compare movies, of course. I'm trying not to, but I say in my reviews, my rant reviews, fuck it, we rant, and we awesomely do it, or we negatively do it, we massively do it. So, and Anthony Edwards here is this shitty fucking role for him as playing the dad. I mean, he is so lame, and it's just like, he lost his wife in an tragic accident, and she's an actress and all this, and he's this big money time guy, and she's big money, and I don't know, bro. Anthony Edwards could have definitely been cast way better. The mother was cast well, but so was Eddie Furlong. I mean, Eddie could have done a way better job, obviously, showing emotion, but his character is supposed to be depressed. He does well like that, playing a monotone character. His mother just passed away. He's moved to a new town. He doesn't know anyone. Of course, it's hard for him to open up. His dad is just like, I don't know, boring and just whatever. But this guy's not fucking boring. Look at him. He's eating some fucking mash, and he's just like, yo, I want some more. Can I stay the night? And he's like, yeah, you can stay the night. Would you stay the night with a face like that looking at you? Look at his wife behind him. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Canego County, Canabo County is sheriff there. But anyway, race him out with you know, excuse me, guys, Pet Sematary 2, coughing into the mic. Not good. What's a movie will do to you? But you know what, guys? I had to put out a review because this movie deserves it in a way. I suggest you put this movie on for Halloween. I suggest you put it on at night. I suggest you put it on during the day. This movie does have its points. It does have its moments differently from the first one. And like I said, that new dude brings a good element to it. I like it. Let me be in the sound. We'll go with Power and the ship. It's been way too long of me rambling. What I like about the first part is Timmy Baterman. They bring out this Timmy Baterman character even in the book, and he's like, he's come back from the dead just like the sheriff here in number 2. But they really played well with the sheriff, and they do more with him, see? And he's a fucking... It's cool, man, how they do it with the sheriff compared to how they do it back in the first. So props to them in number 2, Mary Lambert, who did the first, did the same one here, and she just does it way more. I think she found that was a really creepy, cool part, which it was in the first one, the Timmy Baterman part, which was brief. But this isn't brief. This is the whole shebang with this asshole right here. And he is an asshole even before he dies. So imagine when he comes back, he's actually he's obviously more of an asshole, but as you can see, Mr. Eddie Furlong looking at him like, oh shit, when he's got the mashed potatoes in him. But that's the only thing I gotta say, guys, I pointed out about the movie. I really rant, honestly. But the movie was good. There's a corny scene with Anthony Edwards, and he's screaming about his wife, and the dog jumps on him, and the dog's all fake. It's cheap and shitty. Just leave the scene the fuck out. Like, if it's that bad, like, just leave it out. Who is the editor in this movie? I don't know, but the editing in this movie is horrible. Obviously, we won't talk about the dialogue, except for Mr. Sheriff there. He's got some good one little witty liners before he murders and kills you and brings you to the Pet Cemetery. But let's get into this plot. Fuck it. So you start out meeting Edward Furlong's mother, who's an actress on set. She is killed on set, guys, suddenly while he's there watching her perform. She's electrocuted in an accident. So she dies, leaving the father here and him widowless. A widow, so he goes and moves into a town away from Hollywood to try to raise his son. And after this tragedy, there's the mother in the background, guys. In Woodlow, Maine, or something like that. In Maine, back probably where the first pet cemetery happened, guys. Yeah, we're close to it, right near it, and the town or the place. And because look at this guy. You gotta say it every time he brings it up. So, and you see here, he meets the cast characters, meets the sheriff, he meets the bully boy, bullying him at school, and Mr. Sheriff, and that's about it, guys, for characters. I mean, fuck it. So anyways, what you do is, you realize and follow that Mr. Eddie Furlong really misses his mother, guys, like, really badly. I mean, who wouldn't? It was a tragic accident. She was like everything in the family, and she doesn't want his mother being replaced. Mr. Edwards is depressed as well. He's opened up a veterinarian clinic of all things. What do you know? He's a veterinarian, so he goes to help sick animals. And his kid helps him and all this shit, and he gets a kitten here, as you see. But the kitten is taken by the little bully here, little bully boy we've seen in a couple movies. He's like, yeah, you're not getting that back. Come get it. So anyways, he takes his fucking cat, and I didn't mention some friend of his. Eddie found a friend on his first day there. I forget his friend's name, but he found his friend. And I like his friend. Very good acting by his friend. I wish I knew his name. But he finds his friend, and he rolls with his friend after Mr. Bully because he took his cat. So Mr. Bully takes the cat to the pet cemetery, like the trail of it. And then Why he does that is because he wants to scare Mr. Eddie Furlong. He says, "Listen, the Creeds used to live here around here, and down there's the pet cemetery, and they come back to life." And once Mr. Furlong hears that, um, he's not scared. He's interested. That's for sure. So, because the guy was teasing about his dead mother and shit, maybe if you bury her, all that shit. A lot of rehash shit from the first movie, obviously. So you're just like not fully entertained like you should be with the sequel. It's like you just call it in, Mary Lambert. You just phone it in, and yeah, you give us a memorable fucking character villain, that's for sure. But you drop the ball on everything else. It's like, so what's the point? You give us Batman Joker film, but you only give us a Joker performance, and Batman shitting and lacking. I mean, it's gonna. It might be, it might be a little successful, which this movie was tiny bit successful for sure. It made money, but could have made a shitload more if you just adjusting some things here and just making something new. Not making it new, but the same. Anyways, it's just, the same meal, but with different spices, guys. Um, moving on from this fucking thing. Anyways, so Mr. Sheriff, that's the kid of Mr. Sheriff, Eddie Furlong's new friend. So he's the stepson. So he comes home and you see the sheriff's a complete butthead to his family and his wife and the kid. Poor kid. He just keeps some rabbits and they can't even keep a dog because the guy wants to shoot the dog every minute. The cop, the sheriff, keep him away from the rabbits. Anyways, one day the dog gets at the rabbits and the sheriff takes some shots at the dog, killing the dog, as you see. Killing. And, is it an emotional scene? I don't think so. The dog is really fake, as you see here. So, and then how is he able to carry that huge dog all the way to the pet cemetery alone? Not even help from Furlong. But he does ask Furlong's help for fucking carrying the dog to the pet cemetery to bury it. He does, and the dog's name is Zowie. The dog Zowie comes back. He brings it to the dad, veterinarian. The dad's like, sends off some blood work to get tested because he says it's weird. The dog should be dead or some shit like that. And he gets a phone call telling him that from an expert or whatever. I don't fucking know. And then he goes, this is gonna be an awesome rant, guys. I just don't. Hopefully I ramp up. So let's just get to the scene where the sheriff here is killed by Zowie, because Zowie, of course, as we know, is a fucking zombie dog, or whatever you want to call it, possessed Wendigo dog, and murders the sheriff. Basically attacks him out of nowhere, rips his throat out, guys. Good kill. They freak out. They don't freak out like they should, but they're just like, "Oh, what do we do?" And the kid's like, "Well, let's just go bury him at the cemetery, and then we come back, and everything will be fine." They do that, guys. That night, he comes back in a real creepy way, and the sheriff goes to his wife, and man, it's fucked up. And yeah, and it, it goes on like this with the sheriff, and of course with Anthony Edwards being depressed and Furlong here wanting his mother back, and Mr. Bully. But anyway, Sheriff is like kind of cooler, to tell you the truth. He's meaner, but he's cooler. So anyways, he gets up one day, does his cop job like he usually does, and he runs into Mr. Bully. So he runs into Mr. Bully chasing Mr. Furlong on a bike on a highway. So what he does is he helps Mr. Furlong, and he tells Mr. Furlong, get the fuck out of here, basically. Now, something's gonna happen that I'm gonna do it, Get the fuck out of here, man. When you hear that, you just get the fuck out of there, I guess. So he got out of there, and the little bully's like, well, what are you gonna do? Gus is the sheriff's name. He says, Gus, what are you gonna do, Gus? Right here. He's like, what you gonna do, Gus, huh? What are you gonna do, huh? I'm riding my bike fast at 10 miles an hour. You gonna fucking ticket me? Yeah? And then fucking Gus is looking at him while he's talking to him. He's like, I'm not gonna ticket you. So what he does is very creative, guys. I haven't seen this in the 90s, or I've seen it after, of course, but not. This is the first of its kind. Hats off to Mary Lambert and filmmakers. What he does is he takes the bully's. It's the only part worth mentioning. He takes the bully's fucking face, right? See his scarf, guys? I want you to pay attention to that. Exactly what he's wearing. He takes the bully's face, right? So the bully has a dirt bike or whatever, and he turns the dirt bike over, turns it on so the wheels are upright, and one of the wheels is spinning, and he revs it so the wheel continues to spin faster and faster, and he puts Mr. Bully's face closer and closer to the tire, trying to scare the shit out of him, which it is. And he's like, "Oh, stop!" And he's screaming to the dude. He's like, "Stop!" Oh, he's gonna cry, basically. But by accident, what happens is the kid's scarf I showed you gets caught in the tire, and that pulls him, projectile him, forces him forward into the tire itself, shredding his fucking face. So, and the blood just in the pieces go over Mr. Gus Sheriff's face, and he smiles. He's like, "Whoa!" Like you could tell he didn't expect it, but you could tell after that he didn't care. He just shrugs it off like, "Oh well," and leaves or just buries the kid in the pet cemetery or some shit. So I guess that's what its Steam is, which is not bad. I like it how there's for some reason I like it, guys. Like maybe because I wanted more Pet Cemetery. It was like 4 years. And I love Stephen King and all that, in the sheriff character, and I love Eddie Furlong. So just say you hate me, it's okay. I'll just leave it as an awesome rant review, and you can leave all the hate you want. But this is a movie I watch over and over. This is a movie I would watch on TV if it came on. That's the thing, and this is a movie I'd recommend that you watch. I would tell you to watch it at least once. Yes, I would. The Real Rant Reviewer would. So what happens is after he kills the little bully kid, hold on, I gotta get all the smoke. I love looking at that picture anyways in silence. That scene is, you guys can be on the edge of your seat on that, this kitchen scene that they have. Very good. What happens is, guys, is after, he starts murdering. After he starts murdering guys, it's gonna hit, that's it. The dad there, I think is, see, the dad they don't really do much with at all, which is so fucking negative because the first one they did a lot with the dad. But Eddie's just the centerpiece. So after this, Eddie wants to bring his mother back. So he goes and I'm trying to think if I left out a cooler part, guys. Oh yeah, but before what he does is kill the sheriff. Gus kills his own son and wife by chasing them down in his truck, and he kills them. But the scene doesn't make sense. See, it's not well written, and it's not well acted. It's just, I don't know. I don't like it. This is the scene where he's chasing him. I like the scene where he chases him but they show him because he's all like giddy and shit. But they don't show him enough, and he doesn't say enough. So it's just they die though, guys. They're dying, and he lives. But for some reason he doesn't bury them in the pet cemetery. I don't know why not. But he kills them for some reason. They're dead. He's just fucking lost it now, if he hasn't already. And yeah, so after after they die, Eddie Furlong decides he's going to bring his mother back. So he goes, with the help of Gus, I believe, the sheriff. He goes and unburies his mother, buries her in Pet Cemetery, and wait for her to get home here. The father finds this out. He isn't happy. He sees the mother. He says she's dead though, Eddie. It's not her. Mr. Furlong wants her though. Fight ensues between Mr. Gus, the sheriff, and the father. I don't know how the father wins. Don't hold. I don't know. Don't fucking care because he shouldn't have won. See, that's what I'm saying. I've seen the movie a million times, but sheriff is killed, guys, somehow by the father. The father is injured badly, of course. He is dragged out of there by Mr. Furlong while the mother begs for Mr. Furlong to stay with the family forever. But Mr. Furlong, for some reason, doesn't want to do it anymore because he did all of that. I guess he realizes they're murderers now, which he didn't realize that earlier in the movie when they were doing it all and he's seeing it. But now he changes his mind, wants his mother to burn in hell. Just burn. Fuck her. She shouldn't have came back. She should stay where she was. Now I'm going to burn her. Get rid of her. And that's what you see here. Gets his father out. It's the beating he takes. And the mother stays and dies. And they move out. And that's that. Pet Sematary 2 rant review. Yeah, watch it for this dude, Gus. Fucking awesome. Watch it for the kill. And that's it. And watch it for the beginning, the middle, and then the ending is just a letdown, of course. Mary Lambert. The movie's a letdown, but for me it's awesome because I would watch it over and over. That's why I'm calling it awesome. So, thank you guys for watching this awesome rant by the Real Rant Reviewer. Please leave comments down below. I really appreciate it. Let me know. I'd love to read them on this movie. I'm very curious what you guys think. All right, thanks a lot.